Welcome to Inside Richmond, the official vodcast of Richmond Rugby Club. My name is Tom Salisbury, and today we're joined by our Richmond Women Centre and owner of Macro Food, Kirsty-Lee Griffiths.
Hello.
Clay, welcome to the show. How's life, and are you enjoying the sunshine?
Life is good. Yeah, I've been enjoying the sunshine. I've been having a bit of chance to get out there and get a bit of sun, although I still look very pale right now, but I'm sure that tan will come over time. But yeah, enjoying the weather, enjoying the summer being here, and it gives us all, I think, a little bit of something to get excited about in these tough times.
We'll go in and speak about your business shortly, but for you personally, how have you found lockdown? I know that you've been out and about working, obviously, but how are you sort of keeping positive both physically and mentally during this period?
I think it's mainly keeping myself busy. Thankfully, our business can still continue to operate. In fact, we're busier than ever, so that's kept me very, very busy. I've been trying to get out and exercising as much as possible. I found the times where I was feeling sad and upset, I was like, it was those days where I didn't have enough time to go out and exercise, go for a run or something like that. So I found that's been really keeping me sane. And I think it's been really hard as well. I think for a lot of people is all the days seem to be like merging into one. I don't know what week was what day is what or anything like that. So I've been trying to give myself things to look forward to like each week. So rather than just having all days merge into one, I know like on a certain day we're going to go for a cycle to London Bridge, or this week's exciting because it's the presentation awards and the season awards for the ladies on Saturday night. So that's something really exciting to look forward to. So it's trying to find the exciting things that we can do in these times that I think helps keep positive.
Absolutely. It's obviously, a really challenging time for everyone across the world. But I guess for you personally, is there one thing that you feel this whole situation has really benefited you personally, that you'll come out of this and say, this has really helped me in a different way?
Yeah, I think it's made me be so much more grateful for the things I have. Understand, the importance of everything. I mean, every day I'm just so grateful that, my family and friends are healthy. And I think that's the number one thing that really matters now. We have all our life stresses, the things we worry about. I mean, I'm probably the worst about getting stressed about like little things, but it's made me realize that, as long as my friends and family are healthy, then honestly, what else matters? And as long as we make sure, we're all keeping safe and all that stuff, then, all the other, everyone's got horrible things happening in terms of, jobs, having stuck inside all the time, all this kind of stuff. But it all comes down to, as long as we're all healthy, that's the only thing that really matters.
And moving on now to your business, I guess across the Richmond family, it's well known, but for anyone else watching or listening, can you sort of speak about Macro Food and how it all started?
Yep, so Macro Food is a delivery-only health food restaurant based in South London. So by delivery only, what that means is there's no place for customers to sit. How it works is customers would place an order through Deliveroo, Uber Eats, or our website, and their food would be delivered to them within 30 minutes, usually on average. How that came about really is that we launched just at the beginning, January 2019, and how it came about was kind of my frustrations in finding healthy food that was A, tasty, and B, had like the flexibility to kind of create the meal to suit you. Because when you have such, a demanding schedule with your training, and you need to make sure you get enough protein, enough carbs, and things like that. And I found that a lot of healthy food restaurants were mainly focusing on kind of the low calorie side of things, or having a nice salad, and they weren't focusing on those people that have different spectrums of healthy. So you may want to eat low calorie, but there's some people out there like rugby players, we want to eat healthy but like high calorie as well, because we need enough energy. So I realized there was a huge gap in the market, and I went out and kind of did it myself, and that's how it was born.
Fantastic. And I guess at the moment, how are you operating as a business?
Yeah, we're incredibly fortunate. So we can continue to operate. We're classified as key workers. So we've been positively impacted from COVID. It's sometimes a bit hard to say that after with everything that's going on, but we've been positively impacted. Our business is always centered around delivery, and that's what people need right now. So we're in a positive place, and we've seen an increase of orders over these times, an increase in customers ordering more, as well as I'm guessing more people are at home. So it's been good for us, although it comes with the complications that I think a lot of people are dealing with is, social distancing measures, our staff staying safe. That's obviously the biggest worry. We've had issues with supply chain and food coming into the country and all that kind of stuff, but that's kind of leveled out now. But yeah, incredibly fortunate that we can continue to work.
Do you think this will change your business going forward in terms of giving it a really different sort of positive impact, or in terms of just how you've done things, I guess, during this period?
I don't think it will change how we do things significantly. I think it might accelerate the way we wanted to grow initially. So essentially at the moment we only have one unit, which is in South London, and I think fortunately, due to our growth being probably quicker than expected this year, and funding and etc., we're probably going to launch on a second location, hopefully in the next few months, when we try and find the next location. I know a lot of Richmond girls want me to open one in Richmond, so I'm actively looking right now to see if we can do anything in Richmond, whether that be kind of a pop-up or something where we're only there for a few months in some kind of empty kitchen space, just to get our food out there to more people. Because I think in these times as well, we need to make sure, not a lot of people are staying as fit as they used to as well. So people need to really find a way of, keeping healthy, and not, when they're ordering takeaway, not having to order, fish and chips or something like that. They can have a healthy option, because it's nice being at home cooking every night, but I'm getting sick of it at home, so I'm sure everyone else is as well. So it's kind of nice to have that option. So yeah, I think the main thing is probably going to accelerate our growth, which is a great thing.
And you mentioned Richmond there, obviously. How can, I guess, the Richmond supporters, members and so forth, the delivery, when do you deliver to the area, and how can they sort of access your deliveries?
Yeah, so they can, basically what they can do is they can go and follow us on Instagram. That would be great. Macro Food UK on Instagram and all the socials, and we kind of keep people up to date on there with what's going on. We have a very interactive community, so we like to hear people's opinions as well, and get people excited about certain things. So at the moment we're creating our new summer menu, which is awesome. And we created a survey with our followers and our customers to find out what people really want to eat. So rather than just creating a menu, we want to hear exactly what our customers want. So it's always good to know like people's feedback about that as well, whether that be the Richmond community or like our customers as well. It's always great to know kind of what people want to see, or, if we start delivering in Richmond, which I hope we do one day, being able to have our customers over there be able to tell us what they'd like to see, and what locations they want us to be able to deliver to.
How proud are you of your staff during this period? And I see Fee McIntosh has also been helping you out.
Yeah. So Fee McIntosh has joined the Macro Food family, which is great. Fantastic. So when lockdown happened, I noticed there's a massive opportunity in terms of creating these veg boxes. So there's I went to the supermarket and I realised there was barely any fruit and veg on the shelves. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I have an unlimited supply I can get from our supplier. Like, we should really do something about this. And I was like, we could create a veg box, like create a box of mixed fruit and veg that would create, and we could get it delivered to customers' doors. Like that would, save a lot of pain and a lot of worry, and get people to eat healthy. So I got on the phone to Fee because I knew she had a car, and I was like, Fee, listen, I got a great idea. Would you do this with me? And so she joined the team, and she's our delivery driver for our veg boxes, which have been very popular across kind of Southwest London and Richmond as well. So that's been great. And also the rest of the team. They've been fantastic. I think, you know, when everything happened, I said to them straight away, like, how do you all feel? Like, are you comfortable coming to work? Like, what measures can we put in place? Like, we get face masks, gloves. How can we make it this as safe as possible? So I tried to have that communication with them to make sure that we were practicing as safe as possible and that they felt safe, which was the number one thing. Thankfully, a lot of our staff cycle, so you know that removes the issue of having to get public transport. Or I think one of our staff skateboards as well. So a lot of people like to come on foot or a form of wheels. So that helps a lot. But it's important, first and foremost, to make sure the staff are safe and happy. Otherwise, you know, it's not a good working environment. So I'm very thankful to them that they continue to show up to work and do a great job every day.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like you have a fantastic business there and you're looking after your staff. So well done. Richmond people, please go out and follow Clee's business, Macro Food, on social media. Visit their website and also make sure you start ordering the food from them. Moving over to rugby now. Obviously, the season was a frustrating one for Richmond Women. It was cut short, obviously. We weren't very successful on the pitch, and then we had the disappointing news that we were being dropped from the Tyrrell's Premier 15s. What was your initial reaction to that news?
It hurt. Like it was hard hearing the news and seeing it out there. I think we all knew what the RFU's decision was going to be. It wasn't a shock to anyone, but it didn't stop it hurting nonetheless. And I joined Richmond the year before we got into the Tyrrell's 15s, and I joined Richmond because I was moving to London and I knew about the rich heritage of Richmond being the top flight for so many years, and I just wanted to be at a club like that. And it's a shame to be in the top flight for so many years and then unfortunately that be taken away from us. But like I've said to people, this is a new chapter now for us to rebuild, restart. I think we'll come out a lot stronger than this in the end. So we just have to turn this into a positive, I think.
Absolutely. And it's been confirmed that we'll be playing in the Championship South. What excites you about playing in that league?
Well, I remember playing in that league the first year when I moved to Richmond, when I was playing for the twos. And hey, it's a tough league. It is a rough league. There's some incredible teams in there. So it will be a very tough competition, absolutely. So I'm really looking forward for that challenge. It's going to be interesting. I think we still have to work very, very hard, especially over the summer. It's going to be difficult with whatever's going on now, just to make sure we can get a good pre-season in. But yeah, I'm excited for the challenge. There's a few clubs there that are great to play against, you know, Thurrock, Hove, all great places to go down to, Cheltenham. That are all going to be a good challenge. And I think as well with how it's going to work with the Tyrrell's league this year, where some players will be, you know, loaned down and to these championship teams, it's still going to be a very, very high level of competition, which is going to be great for all of us to develop.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, you've been at the club for a few seasons now. What do you love about playing for Richmond?
I think the number one thing is the girls that play for Richmond. That's what makes it. And I think most girls would say exactly the same. That's why they're there, is because the players they play next to week in, week out. We just have such a great bond as like a family, you know, #OneClub and all that. But we really do have a very close bond together. And, you know, we don't just work hard on the pitch, but we have fun off the pitch as well. Like we work hard and we play hard as well, which is always incredibly important to me. You know, you've got to do your job, but you've got to have fun at the same time as well. And I really like that kind of culture that we have. And I also really like at Richmond that there wasn't that sense of, you know, again, moving on to the one club, the fact that the men and the women can train together, you can use the gym facilities together, and that helps push us and levels us up, which I really enjoy as well. So it's been a great club, and I'm so thankful to be part of it. And I think this season will be good as well. Hopefully we get some time with the boys as well to challenge each other again this season.
What is your best memory at the club so far? Is there one that sticks out?
That's a tough one. I think, that's a really tough one.
Is there one match or one social or a bus trip or something that...
I think, okay. So probably one of the most fun memories we have is probably, there's some great moments on the pitch, so many great moments when we've just won a game in the last 5 minutes, which is an incredible feeling. But on the social side of things, the Oktoberfest social that we do every year is just hilarious every year, and because the boys and the girls come together, we all dress up, and it's one social every year that everyone makes sure they get to. And there's a lot of stein drinking, a lot of table sliding, and other things that I can't mention on here. But it's a great social that really brings everyone together, and it's towards the beginning of the season, so the new girls get to integrate and stuff. So I've got some great blurry memories from those socials, but very good ones.
Yeah, the Oktoberfest one is an incredible experience. Last season was my first, and yeah. I can't say on here the scenes that I saw, but it was great fun. Just looking over, I guess, your whole rugby career, is there a coach or a player or someone in particular that has really inspired you?
Ooh.
Or a family member? Or
hit me with these tough questions, Tom.
I know. Well, that's.
I'm trying to think. So probably the number one player that has influenced me the most playing rugby is my best friend, Igzy Koku. So she plays for DMP Sharks at the moment, but she's the reason I got into rugby. So before I played rugby, me and her played football together at university. So never touched a rugby ball in my life. And after uni, she started playing rugby for a couple of years. And then she told me I should go along and give it a try. So I started at Eccles Rugby Club in Manchester, where she was as well. Played a couple of seasons there before I came down to Richmond. And she's always been like my biggest influence. I remember when she was playing for England North and going to watch her play, and she was always just an inspiration for me. And it was amazing when I got into the Premiership, and then she got into the Premiership as well. We'd always be our biggest cheerleaders, and we've played against each other, which hasn't been pleasant. Like, her tackling me is not enjoyable at all. It hurts a lot. So it's fun to have that friendly rivalry as well. But yeah, she's definitely been my number one rugby inspiration.
She sounds like a star. Just to finish off now, I've got some questions from the outer, so from our followers on social media. I know that you've seen a few of these already, but let's dive into them. I have 3 questions for you. The first one is from Dante, who's one of our club photographers. Her question is, does macro food cater for the gluten-free and refined sugar-free?
Yes, so in fact, we'll start with the refined sugar-free. So our desserts we try and create without sugar. So for example, we have this vegan brownie that we've created that has no sugar in at all. It's maybe like a substitute, and we're creating new things now, like a vegan millionaire slice, which is insane and doesn't have any sugar in it. So we do try and make healthier, more natural versions of desserts, and we're making a raw Snickers bar as well. So we do try and move away from that raw refined sugar in our menu, especially in our desserts. In terms of gluten-free, yes, we do gluten-free. So a big thing in our menu is we try to cater for as many different people's dietary requirements, allergens, and things like that. So our main premise is that customers can go on and they can build their own meals, so they can pick their proteins, they can pick their sides, pick their dressings. And with all those items, we have options that are gluten-free, nut-free, dairy-free, all that kind of stuff. So people who have these requirements can go in and pick ones that suit them. So we do have quite a substantial part of our menu is gluten-free.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, Dante, there you go. There's your question answered. Moving on, there's a question here from Mel. Is it true many of your teammates think you are from the north?
Yeah. Oh God. I remember when I first came to Richmond and they would all take the mick out of me for my accent. Well, they still do, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all say I'm from the north, and I have to clarify that Birmingham is not the north, it is the Midlands. Like, they need to understand. But you know, these southerners, like, they think that anywhere above the Watford Gap is the north. So yeah, it's a constant battle in letting them know that I'm not a northerner, that I'm a Midlandser.
Well, I wish you all the best with that battle going forward.
Yeah.
And just one final one from Lou Burgess here. I guess this is a bit of an inside joke, but why do you aggressively hold your breath when you have the ball?
Oh, right. Lou, I'm going to kill her for this. So it's just, I don't know why, but if you look at me, every rugby photo that's taken for Richmond, especially this season, I hold my breath when I get the ball. I think I've got into this routine of when I have the ball, I'm about to sprint, I like hold my breath, and I think it's going to like accelerate me further. Thanks, Arite, for making us all speedy. Maybe I've learned it from them, but I don't know why I have this subconscious thing where I like hold my breath when I take the first few steps, and they always get a shot of me as I do that. So that's why I look a bit funny and strained in all the photos. One day I'll have one where I'm not holding my breath. But
well, I think we'll just have to speak to Leela and Dante to make sure they take photos of you when you're not holding your breath. But anyways, Clee, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and well done on everything you continue to do with your business. It's outstanding. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Tom.
And I look forward to seeing you back at Richmond soon. Everyone, this has been another episode of Inside Richmond, the official podcast of Richmond Rugby Club. Tune in next week for another episode.